profits. Learn more at Domino's.com.
As long as I'm here, I have 2 jobs. Make sure nobody dies or winds up pregnant.
Oh, God, are we having the talk?
No, I don't want to have the talk at all.
If you miss the Mick, you miss TV's #1 new comedy.
Is that a mojito?
Yeah, it is.
That's my girl.
Caitlin Olsen is a comedic force of nature and our new comedy crush.
What the hell happened? You brought a junkie to a kid's birthday party. He's joking. I gotta clear this out.
Oh,
What? This is so stupid.
The Mick. Tuesdays on Fox.
We're taking Never Ending to the next level at Olive Garden. For the first time ever, Never Ending Classics starting at $11.99. Indulge in never-ending helpings of your most loved classic dishes. How about irresistible chicken parmesan? Can't decide? Switch it up on a refill. Plus, all the garden fresh salad and breadsticks you want. New never-ending classics starting at $11.99. The best things in life should be never-ending. At Olive Garden.
Hey, what's that noise?
What?
What is that noise?
Oh, this is the most revolutionary.
When's the last time you got your oil changed?
Skipping routine oil changes can really ruin your day. With Zaplube's 13-point oil change system, we'll have you and your date back on the road in a zappy second. Mention this ad, get $7 off your next oil change. Lightning fast, super smooth, Zaplube.
Right now, over on FS2, Leverkusen are hosting Mönchengladbach. It has been a long time coming. Guess who scored?
Yeah, hasn't scored since October. He was told by the technical director he needs to do more. Well, there's one way of answering it. Chicharito tucking it away.
2-0 the score at half-time. Earlier on today, Werder Bremen faced Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich adding another 3 points.
Well, we saw a wonderful free kick by Willian, and here's another one by Alaba. 2 very good goals for Bayern in this game. The first one by Robin, the second one, that tremendous free kick. 2-1 Bayern.
Meanwhile, Hoffenheim are no longer unbeaten, and Leipzig are hot on the heels of Bayern.
Sabitzer getting this ball on the outside, just hits it against a nice deflection in the back of the net. And the streak is over.
So here you go. Here is a look at all of the Bundesliga scores from today. Augsburg able to sink Wolfsburg further into crisis. Ingolstadt prevailed at home in a crucial relegation battle. And Anthony Modesta led, he was amongst the goal scorers for Cologne in their demolition of Darmstadt. Arsenal poised to be amongst the big winners in the FA Cup today. The Gunners have a 3-0 lead over Southampton with the second half from St Mary's coming up next.
Tuesday on FS1.
Drives the hole and in.
Andrew Stravis and the Bulldogs are determined to avenge an earlier season loss at the hands of Marcus Foster and the Blue Jays. Tuesday, Creighton Butler at 7 Eastern on FS1, all a part of Super Bowl week. And be sure to check out Super Bowl 51 on Fox.
Hi, Ann. So, those financial regulations being talked about, they could affect your accounts. So let's get together and talk and make sure everything's clear.
Yeah, that would be
Being proactive. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
People say I'm evil. I say evil is how cable companies trick you with a low rate and then bam! Your bill is over $100 a month.
Say goodbye to the way TV used to be. Introducing Sling TV. Instantly stream over 30 channels, including the most popular live sports, shows, and movies for just $20 a month. With Sling, there are no long-term contracts, no hidden fees, and easy online cancellation. Just watch the best of live TV on your television, tablet, computer, or phone, anytime, anywhere, for only $20 a month.
Enough is enough. Stop paying too much for TV.
Take back TV with Sling and save. Go to slingtv.com and watch now for 7 days free.
If you drive a personal car for work and don't track your business miles, you could be losing thousands of dollars, unless you have MileIQ. It's the app that automatically detects and logs all of your business miles so you get a great deduction or reimbursement. MileIQ provides comprehensive reporting that shows you how much you save with each drive. The average MileIQ subscriber deducts $547 a month. That's more than $6,500 a year. So take control. Download it for free and join the millions of drivers who trust MileIQ.
Wendy's is adding the double stack as an option in the 4-for-4 for a limited time. With over a quarter pound of fresh beef, that's a deal so good it should not exist. Like bumblebees should not be able to fly because their wings are too small.
That's unbelievable.
A deal so great, it's impossibly good.
Seasons are saved, or seasons are made, in the world's oldest club soccer competition. Man U, Wigan, tomorrow at 11 East.
Welcome to La Grande Buffet.
La Grande Buffet in Fairview. Great new menu, great new taste. Never fried and always fresh daily. With dozens of healthy appetizing choices from around the world, there's something for everyone. Don't miss our grilled steak station and hibachi grill. Lunch weekdays is just $10.49. Plus, we feature crab legs every day and an incredible sushi bar. La Grande Buffet in Fairview. Never ordinary, always extraordinary.
Look, man. What'd I say? I know. I said don't take your mom's car. But it's the only car. I said this would happen. You're right. I said get your oil changed. Okay. Yeah, at least things can't get any worse.
Zap Wash and Lube. Speedy service right next door for a clean recovery every time.
Now things can't get any worse.
Mention this ad and get $7 off your next oil change or $4 off your next car wash.
And FX now.
Arsenal comfortably ahead of Southampton. We now send it back to our commentators, Guy Mowbray and Tony DeRigo.
All set for the second half at St Mary's. Friend waiting for the thumbs up from the sideline. Will be Arsenal to get things going again, trying to resume their rhythm from where it was throughout the first 45 minutes. Toward the end of the first half, there was a bit of a flurry from Southampton, but without ever really looking as though they were going to properly threaten David Ospina's goal.
Well, you're right, but you certainly expect something from the home side, wouldn't you? It has been a disjointed performance so far. So for the game, of course, a lot of the youngsters out there, but they have found it difficult. I have to say the Arsenal side are in the same boat. Again, a couple of youngsters in that midfield area, but again, the rhythm for them has been very good indeed. They have control of play for Arsenal. And now 3-0, they really are cruising.
Example of good refereeing there from Mr. Friend. Lucas Perez was fouled. He waited the next couple of bits of play before bringing it back to the free kick. Nothing developed from an advantage point of view for Arsenal. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball. Sailed through harmlessly to Harry Lewis. Up goes long. Mustafi to find Kieran Gibbs. Tina Reid. Rain Adelaide squeezed out of it by Classy. Help comes from Lucas. Lucas able to scamper away with the ball. Hector Bellerin. Maitland-Niles. Another whose touches of the ball have belied his tender years. Player who seemed to have had to wait an awful long time for his Arsenal chance. He has been at the club since he was 6. Played for Ipswich throughout last season. A long spell at Portman Road. Here is Ainsley Maitland-Niles on the ball once more. Walcott. Rain Adelaide. Gibbs. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Fighting too fiercely to the boots of Lucas Perez. Won back by Maitland-Niles. Shane Long actually helped him to that end. Rain Adelaide. No way through. He wins got a free kick for his troubles.
So foul on the youngster, yes, but back to Maitland-Niles, I must admit, has been very impressive. Here we see Adelaide there just getting caught from Hobier. Kevin Friend spotted that one well, but just moves it so very quickly. And in games like this as well, you might have plenty of time, but when it's not the right thing to do, you try and move it quickly. That's exactly what Maitland-Niles has been doing. If you think of the Liverpool youngsters when they played against Plymouth, they did the exact opposite, take 4 or 5 touches. Certainly this performance has been very good.
Welbeck. Gibbs. Welbeck again. Welbeck moves the ball nicely. His final shot on goal is blocked. It's an Arsenal corner, but he has got back into his groove so quickly.
He certainly has, and he wants number 3, doesn't he? Excellent play. Very strong, fit. No doubt spent hours in the gym trying to get back, but he is paying off.
Making a huge difference to the way Arsenal have played today. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Off went Mustafi in front of Welbeck. There's Maitland-Niles. And that was a wild one.
Well, I suggest his left foot isn't quite his strongest, having a smile about it. He waited any time for it to come down, but not one of his best efforts.
Arsene Wenger is wired for sound. That's his line of communication down to Steve Bold and co in the dugout. He'll be like that for the next 3 games. Reed. There will be some cheeky Gunners supporters, I'm sure, saying, oh, we'd like him to stay up there if our team's going to play like this. Long bundles his way through one, but Maitland-Niles then turns it behind for a corner to prevent any further damage to Arsenal.
Well, there's no doubt Shane Long 1 against 1 against Mustafi has got the pace, and here he gets around the outside of him. Mustafi makes the challenge. Ricochet goes onto his hand, but clearly no penalty whatsoever there.
Shane Long didn't even appeal. Jordi Classy will take the Southampton corner. It's over Stevens, it's over everybody into the gloves of Ospina, who's shown twice today now that he'll catch it if he can.
Oh, he's useful to get those gloves on. That's what they're for. But no, he has taken 2 very good catches. Certainly the one in the first half was very impressive.
On by Welbeck, stopped by Stevens, but it will now fall to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Almost a brilliant ball for Walcott. Reed to Stevens, nicely played out to Højbjerg, nicely played out in general by Southampton. Martina, and was Welbeck back closing.
Getting through some work, isn't he, Danny Welbeck? But I think what the Arsenal forwards certainly have got is the ability to just make those runs forward. This time Oxlade-Chamberlain in between Queen. Gardos almost finds Walcott.
Walcott back to close down Josh Sims. Sims, so far but no further. The referee was actually in his way as he attempted to get onto the ball again. Reed's been beaten by Welbeck. Lucas Perez just had to hold his run. Nice poison awareness shown by Welbeck. Gibbs is arriving now at the back. Lucas finds Bellerin, who's there too. And it's straight at Lewis.
Really was good play, wasn't it, from Welbeck? Because once he didn't slip the ball through to Perez, then he had to wait, check his run. He did perfectly. And then the timing of the pass was a good one. Bellerin just pulls out at the edge of the box. He's found, can't quite get the direction, comfortable save.
This really is an impressive return to the team from Danny Welbeck, though. Such a different sort of striker to Olivier Giroud. Just a breather today. It's tidied up by Mustafi. Bodes well for Arsenal for the weeks to come. Isgrove. Played by Mustafi. Here's Stevens. Classy. Martina. Sims didn't have the time to pull off that elaborate turn. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Walcott's on his way. Lucas Perez head down in the middle, trapped by Stevens. Walcott kept his balance but not the ball.
Gardox just about did enough, didn't he? But every time that Southampton lose it in that midfield area, Arsenal just at them so very quickly, they just look like they can carve Southampton open at will.
Rain Adelaide. Lucas. Gibbs forward. Maitland-Niles. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Out to Bellerin. Welbeck. Tina heads away. Classy. Oxlade-Chamberlain finds Gibbs. Arsenal just exuding such confidence with the way they knock the ball around, and they've been like that since the very start of the game.
No, that's right. And suddenly now 3 goals ahead. That's all they need to do is just keep hold of the ball and not give it away. But then they have.
They always seem to make that happen. Sims. Classy. Isgrove. Højbjerg. Martina went round the back. Set it away. Walcott's there. Here's Bellerin. Because Walcott's there, it means nobody's up there for Hector Bellerin. Lucas Perez wasn't an option. And Bellerin's lost it. That's a lovely run, and it's deflected behind of Maitland-Niles, but Josh Sims showing his huge potential again.
No, really good with the ball at his feet. Just so quick as well. No centre of gravity, but Maitland-Niles actually does really well to get back at him again. This time Arsenal are the ones giving the ball away. Just see the speed that he's got, but I think he's beaten. Maitland-Niles gets an important touch.
And he's on post duty for the Sam McQueen corner.
Nothing wrong with that. Made a career out of that one.
Seems to have fallen out of fashion a bit. In from McQueen, out from McQueen.
It's so disappointing, isn't it? I mean, we saw in the first half their set pieces were poor. In this one, they needed some inspiration from somewhere. At least put the Arsenal defence under some sort of pressure. Instead, he just gets a strong play. And here we see again just how quickly Arsenal break forward. The pace of Theo Walcott. How can he knock it past him? He just allows the defender to get back. Didn't quite take it away from him. The moment was lost.
No touch from Welbeck. Martina. Højbjerg. Long. Classy. Good energy shown by Southampton in their bid to give themselves a little bit of hope. They're going to have to score a goal in the very near future for that to continue, and that's just lost a little bit more of it.
Well, they're certainly sticking at it, there's no doubt, but the problem is when they do win it back, they suddenly go sideways, and Arsenal just funnel back in and they make it very difficult, whereas Arsenal, when they get it back, much more direct, opportunities are certainly greater.
A little bit of hesitation between Mustafi and Ospina. They've got away with it. Josh Sims was the player who was most interested for Southampton. Now Arsenal counter with Bellerin. They do have a man down. Turn back towards Bellerin. Quite enough on it from Lucas Perez. Here's Højbjerg. Battles his way past Maitland-Niles. Long loses it to Rob Holding. Rain Adelaide is still in a seated position. Arsenal effectively down to 10 at the moment. Sims. That's straight at Ospina. He's just getting the word from his teammates as to whether he should just put this straight out or not, and he has. He tried to. Go on, go on, go on.
It's just about got there. And of course the game wasn't stopped, there wasn't a head injury, and Adelaide Clearly just has taken a knock. Ankle right before, wasn't it? And the wrist as well.
Bit of everything jarred there. Sporting genius at the young man getting back to his feet. Southampton obliged to give it back. Some of the supporters aren't happy about that either. A few managers favour that approach and have done over the years, but it looks very odd seeing Arsene Wenger sitting up there talking into his mobile handset. Lewis. And Classy. Stevens. Goes by Rain Adelaide, but Southampton will get the throw. Southampton do have a bench chock-a-block with experience. I wonder whether some of those players might be pushed on, or maybe it was 2-0, they might have been. Maybe 3's one too far.
I was about to say, I don't think they'd want to come on now. And not yet, 3-0, not too much point, is there?
Tadic, Nathan Redmond, Stephen Davis. Which is that Tadic is going to get a run anyway, and Nathan Redmond ready. Chamberlain. Stopped by Højbjerg. Back comes Welbeck to win it again for Arsenal. Mustafi.
Welbeck just slightly limping there as well. I just wonder how long he would last, of course. A good hour under his belt so far.
Spinner takes every second available. Not a great clearance though. There was Reed. Here is Højbjerg. Now Martina. Gardosh. Martina. To Martina. We saw periods like this in the first half where Southampton had the ball for long spells but didn't really go anywhere with it. Maybe Højbjerg can change that. The pass wasn't quite played at the right time for long. Rain Adelaide skips past Classic. Welbeck. Lucas Perez running away to the left. Lucas finds Welbeck once more. Welbeck can't get past Gardosh for a hat-trick chance.
Almost really good play, wasn't it? Welbeck just tried to sidestep the defender, but not quite.
Spinner out to very calmly find Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Welbeck just hands on his knees a moment ago, taking in lungfuls of air.
I know that feeling when you've been out a long time. Come back, doesn't know how much fitness work you do on the training ground. Match fitness is something very different.
Nice improvised bit of control from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Rain Adelaide. Mustafi. There's going to be an Arsenal change. It looks as though Alexis Sanchez, who will have been itching to get on at some point, is going to get on. Lucas. Here's Gibbs. Walcott wants it. able to find him or anybody else in yellow. Ogier had nowhere to go but back to Lewis. Wayne Adelaide. And when he miscontrols it, he has the ability to get back on the ball again.
He is silky, isn't he, with the ball at his feet.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. Close by Sims. Out for a throw. Now it will be all change, will it? 2 Southampton substitutions and 1 Arsenal. Lloyd Isgrove. Here's the first number on the board. Only his 8th Southampton appearance. You've got to say, you would expect him to be at a new club. At some point in the future he might be due for a loan spell. We can get him out before the transfer window closes. Dusan Tadic comes on. And Shane Long is going off too. And Nathan Redmond will take his place, so in actual fact with those 2 changes the Southampton average age has just got even lower. And Danny Welbeck's work is done. And what a great night's work he's had. Alexis Sanchez on in his place.
No, absolutely brilliant. Only 65 minutes on the pitch, 2 goals. The work rate was absolutely superb as well. Arsene Wenger will be delighted.
What a substitute to have up your sleeve.
You can see him in the warm-up, even before the game. He was excited to be there, he's laughing and joking, just wants the football at his feet. And no doubt he was jumping up and down on the bench to get himself on there as well.
He's actually the only striking option available to Arsene Wenger to put on for Welbeck tonight. Scored in his last 3 appearances, 17 goals this season. He got 17 in the whole of last season. There's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Gibbs. Stevens and Martina. Wayne Adelaide. Lucas. Ogier finds a way through to Stevens. Sims. McQueen. Redmond's first involvement. Josh Sims finds Tadic. There's his first touch. Now it's Jordi Classy with the chance to hit it. Hit it he does, but hit it too high.
Well, they should be hitting the target from there, but at least with the 2 substitutes they have managed to get themselves 10 yards further up the pitch. I mean, they're always neat and tidy, Southampton, but now at least getting closer to the 18-yard box there. The shot goes high over the bar. Really should be doing better from there.
Arsenal get a 4th or another 10 minutes is successful in terms of keeping Southampton out, and then we might see a return to the field for Per Mertesacker. It's an ideal opportunity. It's headed away by Mustafi, his fellow German World Cup winner. The other in the Arsenal squad, Mesut Ozil, is taking a breather this weekend. Redmond didn't get anything on that. Bellerin steers it back to Ospina. Missed by Gardosh. Kept away from Sanchez by Classy. Holding. Gibbs. Maitland-Niles finds Wayne Adelaide and returned. Mustafi. Ospina wasn't really ready for that. Just gave the crowd a little bit of excitement.
Well, that's twice now. Mustafi and Ospina, communication between them is extremely poor.
That's not a great touch from Stevens. It's straight to Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's past Gardosh. Hook through to Sanchez. Sanchez to Walcott. 4-0 Arsenal. They've carved Southampton open once again. Theo booms down from the away seats. 2 for Welbeck, 2 for Walcott. What a perfect return and what a perfect evening it has been for Arsenal.
No, it certainly has. Look to Sanchez. This is his first touches since coming on. Certainly onside. Once he stops from going out, composure, head up. Finds the right pass, doesn't he, as well. And Walcott, all he needs to do is steer it into the bottom corner. That's exactly what he does. And that makes it 4.
That makes it good night Southampton, for sure, in terms of this season's Emirates FA Cup adventure. They do at least have one Wembley final already to look forward to. Arsenal are one step closer to one of their own. They are heading into the last 16 with ease. Reed. It's a role reversal from when they were last at this stadium, beaten 4-0 on Boxing Day last season. And it's Lucas. And Arsenal are in the mood for more. Kieran Gibbs. Sanchez. Oxlade-Chamberlain up there. Sanchez trying to find Gibbs again. There's Martina. Højbjerg. Tadic. Redmond wants the ball. Tadic wants the glory. Faint glory though it would be. And it's deflected behind for a corner.
Well, at least he managed to get his corner kick because there's so many options there. Teammates left and right. Instead he goes for a 25-yarder.
What detailed instructions do you give to a substitute on the iPad when your team's 4-0 up and cruising?
Set pieces. More often than not, it'll just be set pieces where he should be going and when. But you're right, 4-0. I think it seems worth it.
Headed up by Mustafi. Here's Harrison Reed. Classy. There's Bayerin. That was Tadic. This is Redmond. Redmond past the challenger Mustafi. Gibbs heads out. Chance to hit it. And is fairly walloped high over the bar. It's the second one of those that we've seen from Jordi Classic.
Well, they're certainly good at them. He just tries to strike it so hard instead of hitting the target. It's a smash it.
Jeff Reine-Adelaide is going off. He did take quite a hefty knock to the ankle earlier on in this second half, but he has impressed on what has been just his 4th start in an Arsenal shirt. The 19-year-old, described by Arsene Wenger shortly after signing him as something special, has proved that one day he really might be.
Well, I'm certainly agreeing with that, because no doubt that the inexperienced midfield of Reine-Adelaide and Maitland-Niles, they've been the stars of the show.
A young man who's only 20 himself, but has already made his mark on the Arsenal first team, Alex Iwobi. Listening to that noise coming from the Arsenal supporters, it makes you think, with Arsenal fans, it does seem to be either feast or famine.
Well, it certainly does, and today there's no doubt a feast, but I think in the players' mind as well, against the Southampton side who, let's not forget as well, have beaten them a few times now, so onto this pitch thinking, okay, we're up for this game and show what we can do. Well, they certainly have been at the races. Arsenal started well, just continued in that vein all game.
Jamie Gibbs. Sanchez to Iwobi. You really can see Arsenal scoring more before the day is done. 3 of the last 4 games, they've been indebted to crucial late goals. 3-3 draw at Bournemouth, 2-1 win in the last round at Preston, 2-1 against Burnley last week. There'll be no late drama here today. Sims, that was nicely done. Maitland-Niles then puts the block on him. And Kevin Friend has a think before pointing to the corner flag.
Excellent play all round again. Maitland-Niles, just that defensive holding midfielder, does really well. Once his fullback's out of position, he's there to stop the danger. Sims can't get round him. It's twice now.
Next message for Højbjerg to get into the middle, in amongst it. It's Holding who heads out. It's Queen. And Arsenal burst away. Alexis Sanchez is impeded by Classic.
That's one way to stop them, because there's no doubt when they do burst forward, they come up through Southampton so very easily. It's difficult because Southampton are trying to push forward, at least to get a goal back or a consolation from this game, but while they do that, they leave themselves open at the back.
Maybe a chance here for Højbjerg, snuffed out by Gibbs. Spina then just gives us a little bit of fun again.
Well, you call it fun. I'm not sure Arsene Wenger will quite see it that way, but my goodness.
Maitland-Niles. Oxlade-Chamberlain now. Walcott looking for Sanchez, but only finding the head of McQueen. That was blocked by McQueen, not by the arm as claimed by Sanchez. Josh Sims back to Sam McQueen again. Sims works it through to Redmond. Redmond finds Tadic. Sims was back on his heels, not expecting the pass when it came. Well, you praised Jeffrey Adelaide, 19-year-old in Arsenal's team. Is the standout player for Southampton 19-year-old Josh Sims?
No, I think you're right. I think he's been superb on that left-hand side. He's popped up all around the pitch, didn't he? But has great composure, great technical ability, and he's willing to take people on in those wide areas as well. Okay, once or twice he hasn't quite got past his man, but he keeps going. Certainly has looked a danger of leaving long.
There's only been many who have made such a mark so early in their careers as Josh Sims did this season. And here's Højbjerg. Which might have felt he was being held on to there. Nothing doing for Southampton at all. They are keeping going. They do want some sort of consolation from the day. Højbjerg. Tadic. Redmond. 5 wide by McQueen. A bit more urgency, a bit more positive intent since Redmond and Tadic came on.
No, that's right, because what you've actually got is two up top, one just dropping off a bit deeper, and so I think the link between midfield and the strikers was before Shane Long was up there on his lonesome. McQueen really is going for a long-range shot, but really is too little too late.
Just going back to Josh Sims. It was in the first minute of his debut when he set up a goal for Charlie Austin against Everton in November. The Southampton fans were saying, who's this kid? And he's been part of the first team squad ever since, and has looked at home. Never more so than when he powered forward on the counter to play the right ball at the right time for Shane Long on Wednesday night. Very different night and experience for the young Southampton players today, though. It's a very different Southampton team. Tadic. Martina just forced a little wider than he wanted to be. It allows Rob Holding to be in the right position to block.
And he's annoyed, and rightly so, because it's such an easy ball to put in as well. Just put it into his pass so he can whip it in behind the defenders. Instead, he played the wrong one, got caught under his feet, momentum was lost.
Reed. Sims. Martina finds Tadic. And for the second time, Tadic can't find Martina.
From experience, it's not normally a third time because you don't keep running. The fullback, unfortunately, now has to get back fully 60, 70 yards.
Sanchez. Maitland-Niles. Bayerin's onside. Gardosh is there to block and clear for Southampton. It's careless though from McQueen. Through to Bayerin. Back towards Walcott. Cross came Stevens. Sanchez. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Alexis Sanchez. Lost his bearings and the ball.
Well, for the goal that he sets up, exactly the same thing, and he kept it in with his head up. This time probably trying to do it a little bit too soon, but really after a toying with Southampton, aren't they? Very comfortable. Just a little miscontrol.
I always get the feeling with Alexis Sanchez, he could be playing in a side that's winning 8-0, 10-0, but if he hasn't got one of them, he doesn't feel a part of it.
No, you're quite right, but you can see him also playing on a Sunday morning and trying to do exactly the same thing. He just absolutely loves playing football. Great attitude and what a player.
Arsenal no problem scoring goals in general. Only Liverpool have scored more in the Premier League than the Gunners this season. There's Tadic, this is Redmond. Southampton haven't been quite so useful in scoring goals as their opponents. Only Middlesbrough have scored fewer. Tadic sold short by the pass. Sanchez has to work to keep it. He was fouled by Gardosh. Here's Gibbs. Bayerin. Holding. Gibbs finds Lucas Perez. Sanchez loses it.
Falls down and bounces straight back up, still trying to win it. And 10 minutes ago, you're 4-0 up. He's still 100% going for it.
Seems to McQueen. Now Harrison Reed. Martina. Tadic. Højbjerg outside. Tadic. Højbjerg. Martina. Tadic.
Again. That's the third time in a row. My goodness. It's not happening for Martina-Tadic combination.
Højbjerg. Tadic. Can't find Højbjerg this time. Means Martina's pushed up way downfield once more.
He's not coming back, is he? Not this time.
There's Sanchez. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Bayerin. Under pressure from Sims. Manages to keep the ball though. Well, to a point. And then he got a hold of Josh Sims.
Did well, did he, the young man? Well, they're both young men, but really good tussle. There's no doubt tonight Southampton have got a lesson, haven't they? Last time they've kept the ball extremely well. No real rhythm from Southampton. Kept going in these sorts of areas, but when they lose it, they have been punished.
Team. All sorts of pressure from Lucas. Lucas Perez not happy with the challenge he took from Cuca Martina. I think an arm was used unfairly. single yellow card in the game and nothing to warrant anything anywhere close to one. Harrison Reed. Niles, beautifully played first time by Oxlade-Chamberlain to Kieran Gibbs. Now Sanchez. When you see an Arsenal team changed by 10, play football like this, you start to wonder why they can't seem to ever mount a sustained challenge for the Premier League title. Is this the year? It might be.
Well, it certainly might be. And if you think this is their supposed second 11, they look very comfortable in possession. Some of these players, no doubt, can go straight in and do a very good job, but against the big boys, that's when it certainly counts. I suppose that's where the questions need to be answered.
Martina. Højbjerg. Classy. Queen. Redmond. Sanchez in a good position if he can be found. He can't. Good is able to get it away to Lucas Perez, who's setting Sanchez away. Sanchez has two for company. And seemingly all the time in the world to tee up Walcott for his hat-trick. As easy as you like once again from Arsenal. Theo Walcott with a hat-trick against the team with whom it all began for him.
Brilliant play from Arsenal, and yet again Southampton are caught high up the pitch. Direct play. This time Perez plays the ball to Sanchez. He does brilliantly, just waits, bides his time, plays the perfect pass as well. Keeper will be disappointed as well, Lewis. Not at fault, certainly for the first four, however. For this one, number 5, he should have done better. Goes over his foot. But Theo comes back home and scores 3.
He had scored 3 goals in his last half a dozen games before missing the 6th after that with a calf strain. Now here he is, back at Southampton and scoring the 5th hat-trick of his Arsenal career. Arsenal have breezed through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Southampton 0, Arsenal 5.
You have to say the scoreline is about right as well, isn't it? Because Arsenal really have been breathtaking when they've gone forward, looked at danger, opened up so many chances, and clinical when they've had them.
Højbjerg seen off unfairly by Rob Holding. Southampton free kick.
I think a word as well for Holding and Mustafi. I think the two centre-halves have actually done particularly well. Okay, they haven't been tested that much. Everything they've done is neat and tidy.
I'm surprised that didn't start happening a lot sooner. In from Tadic, Spina's got his eyes on it and his gloves on it. He's in a hurry to try and find Sanchez, too much of a hurry.
Well, that's strange, isn't it? I mean, they're 5-0 up and he's just booted it as quickly as he can forward, but Sanchez is the one demanding the ball. He wants number 6.
He just wants 1.
True.
Tadic. Won't reach Redmond. McQueen now. Sims. Nice skill to get away from Maitland-Niles, and a good try! And it forces a save from Ospina. And if anybody's going to get on the score sheet for Southampton, the one man who really deserves to be is Josh Sims.
Well, he's been trying, hasn't he, all night. It was a great effort.
Sanchez to Iwobi. Harrison Reed pounced upon him. Oxlade-Chamberlain to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Iwobi. Sanchez. Still didn't come off. It was Redmond. Redmond now all over Bellerin. There's Mustafi to find Ospina nice and easily. You don't see many games at this level that you can describe as easy, but this one's probably been as close as you get to one of those.
No, it certainly has, because Arsenal started very well, a couple of goals up very quickly, and just been on cruise control since then.
There's McQueen. Gibbs decides to put it behind under no real pressure. Needed a shout from David Ospina there.
Certainly had a lot of time, but Mr. Wenger's certainly seen enough, and why not?
He's off into the... Oh, he's taking the other turning. He's not gone to the Matthew Letitia suite. That's one man who won't be feeling sweet tonight. Tadic. Good practice for Ospina, who has caught everything. No punching from the Colombian.
Just one moment of madness in the first half. I think a bit of indecision with his centre-half Mustafi. Apart from that, he has done pretty well.
Martin. Højbjerg. Given away. Can't have seen the yellow shirt in front of him. Look at this. Lucas Perez is in. Harry Lewis is hesitant in goal. Well, he got lucky, the teenage keeper. Managed to make the block. Credit to him for that. More or less made up Lucas's mind for him. There's Sanchez. Once again, it was a simple ball over the top for Arsenal to almost profit from. Bellerin, Sanchez. There's too many for him to contend with.
Well, certainly a chance, wasn't it, for number 6? You're right, it has been very direct from Arsenal, but so effective. Not just a long ball, is it? It's quality. Just landing at the back, just so many gaps. The young keeper put off a good save.
Højbjerg. Reed. Højbjerg. It is comfortably Arsenal's biggest FA Cup success against Southampton. It is the 5th FA Cup game between the teams, and Southampton have never won one.
It's a brilliant ball outside of the right boot. And the keeper just stands his ground, but makes himself nice and big. And then, of course, sprints towards Lucas Perez. Can't find a way through. Excellent stop.
Yeah, it's good goalkeeping in the end. After a little bit of indecision at first, didn't know whether to stick or twist. He stuck and it worked. 2 more minutes to go, and then Southampton will be out of their misery and out of the cup. What difference a few days makes in this game. Bellerin, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Over towards Gibbs. Sanchez. Gibbs. Well committed by Sanchez on Sims. He protests against the decision. It's 5-0 in injury time.
He actually did get the ball, but of course coming from behind. The challenge was deemed illegal by Friend, so on it goes.
It will be. Arsene Wenger will be tuned into a television down in the dressing room now. Having watched from on high, he will have to resume that position again when Arsenal play Watford in the Premier League on Tuesday, and tellingly next Saturday at Stamford Bridge. But bear in mind history there, that's maybe not a bad thing.
Well, Steve Boulder's overseen this from pitch side, and a very impressive performance. Everything has gone exactly right. Danny Welbeck's come back, got a good hour under his belt, scored a couple of goals. The young players have looked so very comfortable. They look like ready for the step up as well. And overall, been an excellent performance.
Steve Bould's been issuing the instructions. Neil Banfield next to him has been the one getting the messages from Arsene Wenger.
I see Steve Bould's bypass that one.
There's Højbjerg. Officials at Chelsea might be frantically thinking of a way to scramble the signal next weekend.
Don't give them ideas.
Tina finds Reed, who lashes the ball